What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you another how-to or focusing on a specific style of attack, the Blu3pealer, a variation of the Blu3pealer attack, which is 6 healers with your Queen Walk or Queen Charge, and 6 to 8 Valkyries with another group of 2 healers that are going to go ahead and just converge on the base and crush it. This is a little variation. Instead of that, you are bringing a couple Valks, but you're bringing a Pekka instead. In fact, I like the attack where you bring 2 Pekkas instead of the 3 Valks. Reason why is because I see Valks getting caught in spring traps and you're losing them quite quick, or they run ahead of everything and just kind of lose it to the defenses, and it's just not the same speed. It seems like Pekkas and Kings are the same type of speed, so they let the healers keep up with them the same amount, but he still makes it work with this type of variation. You're going to drop your Queen in there with 4 healers to go ahead and supplement that, and the real job of the Queen is to take care of that Clan Castle and or Archer Queen. It's not a really big deal if you don't get the Archer Queen, because they're going to get to it at some point. Pekka's Queen King will go ahead and crush her wherever she is on the base. Usually you don't usually bring a jump. The jump's here just to go ahead and push through a certain part of the base where there's a lot of walls, like this area right here. Just really crux of will be very confusing to get through here to here to here to here. Just a lot of banging on walls needlessly. So a jump at that point will go ahead and push them through that area. As you can see, it's tons of compartmentalized areas. If you can beat this style base, this highly small compartmentalized thing, you can beat those a lot bigger compartment bases where there's only 8 or something compartments there. So this is a good example of if it works on this one, you can make it work on anything. And the key to this attack is really just finding a base to go ahead and funnel on both sides. And you have a lot of different options. You can start funneling here with your Queen and work your way into this and break in with the Pekkas and rest of the kill squad coming in here. You can go ahead and start up top here with the Queen walking this way and start working our way to this area, and then have the Pekkas work their way here and all meet here. You just have tons of different options. The biggest bang for the buck on this particular base happens to be getting the Archer Queen and the Clan Castle all starting here. So having the Queen come in this area and working her way down to this compartment, because it's a larger compartment, and then having some of funneling troops and having the Pekka and Valkyries and King coming into here, all meeting here, and then making their way through the base this way. Bringing about 8 to 10 hogs for the back end. Usually you swap that jump with the heals to allow to heal through a Tesla farm for if you run out of rages or those hogs. There's a lot of variation, but it works so super well. Some of the things you're looking for are your air defenses. You don't want to have air defenses that are unreachable really quick on entries here, like something like that, where whenever you walk by, they're going to be able to swipe those healers. If you notice this particular air defense, they're going to break into this compartment, so they're going to go ahead and take care of that air defense immediately, and then as they start working their way through the base, they're going to go ahead and get these air defenses on the way through. If there is one extra air defense left over, by the time that that air defense takes out the healers, 75% of the base will be done. And I think almost all the time I have seen Pekkas live through the entire attack. If you have a full health Pekka or high health Pekka, they're just going to go ahead and just trample the rest of the base if it has a couple point defenses or whatever. So that's what you're looking for. Deploying the Queen first, taking out that portion of the base, getting the enemy Queen or the Clan Castle or both, and then starting the funneling on the other side and just going ahead and crushing it. Notice no wall breakers are needed. Pekkas and Kings will go ahead and punch through those max Town Hall 9 walls in just a little of time, especially if you bring those Valkyries. They'll do the same thing, and they'll actually under rage, he brings 3 rages, and the reason for that is raging those healers up, making sure that they get maximum amount of healing done for those troops. They'll just heal them right back up to full, and then also letting them punch through those walls really quickly and taking care of the bases. So again, this is probably I would say one of the most, especially ground wise, it's very hard to defend against this. I see it fresh hit 3-star all the time. The more and more you practice it, the more and more you get used to it. We'll look at 2 of the attacks on this particular thing, and we'll be done with it. So drops the queen in there. It's got 2 poisons for this clan castle, which is going to be filled with goblins, wizards, and baby dragon. Now could have used the Valkyrie in there just to help take care of all those ground troops, but not really necessary. Didn't even have to use the queen ability. So you've got or a rage either, just craziness. So he's got still those 3 rages, the jump and the queen ability. So he's got baby dragons funneling on both of those sides, so making sure that they converge into that second area. Now he's just being a little patient, waiting for that queen to take care of the enemy queen, and then she'll start taking care of those other things. There's the Pekka being deployed with the healer right behind it. Wants to make sure that Pekka is tanking before he sends in the king. And there we go. That queen is just about done with her portion of the base, and then they'll all converge into that center. Now the healers should switch back onto that Pekka. Brings bowlers in the clan castle, which is just a staple. Now this is what I'm talking about with the Valkyries. They'll start to go ahead and just run ahead, and they will be taken care of pretty quickly in just a little bit. Drops a jump there. The Valkyries will take those jumps with the Pekka, but they're going to go ahead and run out, and they are dead right there. So Pekka is completely full of life. That last air defense is getting those healers, but I mean, look, 60% of the base is already done and still has 8 hogs left over. Don't know why he sent that 1 hog in from the top. This doesn't seem to really be necessary. Sent the 2 hogs in for those defenses that are on the outside that are just pretty much pounding on those the kill squad there. So it really nicely used set of hogs there. And also, it minimizes the amount of banging through a particular wall they have to do. That one wall is just about done. There we go. They're outside the base, and now this base is already crushed at this point. You've got a king that's full health with ability, a group of wizards running behind. All of the point defenses are all reachable by those wizards, so they would alone just kill it, but still has 5 more hogs that could be sent at any time to just completely crush the base. Oh, and by the way, I still have a queen in my back pocket there that's punching through walls just in case extra damage is needed. She'll go ahead and take care of that air defense, which is not really anything in this particular attack. So, yeah, this base is completely toast. A max Town Hall 9, just a couple of walls shy away from a completely max base. Unbelievably crushed. Just let me see how much time it took again. So almost 3 minutes, but just done really nicely. So let's take a look at one more. So we're going to look at one with actually healers that are heal this time. So we've got the same type of composition. Brings extra Valks here, 5 Valks instead of the 3. But it's a variation, and it just depends what you're comfortable with. You got to do friendly challenges. You got to get used to it. So now we're doing the funneling from 3 o'clock at noon to 3 o'clock. So it's got minions up top there, and the friendly queen is going to use a rage just to go ahead and push through this base. This is by far not a max Town Hall 9, but the concept remains the same. So we've got the queen doing her thing. She's going to go ahead and take on the enemy queen. She's going to knock her down in just a couple of swipes. And the minion is like the little engine that could, low battery, a little engine that could, finally getting that top down. So we're going to go ahead and send the Pekka in with the heal, and we're just going to wait a little bit until they get to that complete. Look at that side. The side of that base is 100% like cleared, so there is nowhere to go but into that area. So we've got the queen doing her thing. She's just going to punch her own way. She did not get the memo, but it's not a real big deal. She's going to open it up for some of those other bowlers. Now this is cool because I don't think there's any air targeting troops in that core, but that poison, that max poison, is going to go ahead and take care of that. Even though that baby dragon does get rid of some of those bowlers, it's just such an overpowering attack that it's not a really big deal. Those healers are all taken care of for that particular portion of the kill squad, the king and the Pekka. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Pekka is completely filled health. So the king not so much. The king is almost dead, but the Pekka is pretty high in health, so it's going to be able to tank for some of those things behind it. But we do have a queen with ability that is completely full health, and then we've got just a handful of hogs with a heal right behind them. They're going to go ahead and take care of those last little bit of defenses, even losing a couple to spring traps. They're actually being tanked for by that queen and healers up top there. So I mean, yeah, look at that. The last little bit is that defense, and this base is completely crushed. Like I said, with a base like this that's got a little bigger compartments, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're just gonna run through this base, and like the other one was almost 3 minutes, this one was almost 2 minutes to run through. To be honest with you, I don't think it would have changed anything if this was a max Town Hall 9 base, except for it would have taken a little bit longer to punch through those walls. But all these kill squads standing in heals, it doesn't really matter if they were maxed Expos or maxed Archer Towers. The healers can keep up with that defense, and they would just heal them right back up to full again anyway through the course of the thing. So just a really nice. Hopefully you guys got used to it. Like I said, you can experiment. I have seen this attack done with 2 Pekkas instead of the 3 or 5 Valkyries. I've actually seen it done with 3 Pekkas, and it's a little successful that way too. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. So go ahead and just use your friendly challenges. Get used to the spell deployments. That's really what makes or breaks this type of raid, and the timing of when to use those rages. Use those rages when you want to either heal your kill squad up quickly, or you want to punch through walls quickly instead of taking all those hits from defenses on the other side of the wall. It's a twofold thing. If you rage your kill squad getting through those walls, it'll also heal those haste those or rage those healers to heal them quicker. So hopefully you get this down pat. Practice it. It's a great strategy to use. It's the kind of like the Go Wipe, but much more powerful and much more reliable, especially with those 8 to 10 hogs on the back end. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and share them with your clan mates. Let me know if there's any particular attack you guys are looking for or want to see a little bit more in depth as far as an explanation goes. And as always, go ahead and practice to get those 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.